Thank you all for being here today. This session will be with the EPCC Foundation, learning about scholarship opportunities. It will be presented by Dr. Dolores Gras and Ms. Bella Renteria. Before I hand it over to our presenters, I would like to mention a couple of things. This session will be recorded so that you can come back to it later, and also for those who may have missed out on today's presentation. Also, this event will provide Tejano passport points that can go towards acquiring a Tejano medallion. The code will be posted in the chat at the end of the session. So now at this time, please mute your mics for the best sound experience. Otherwise, the feedback could interfere with the information we'll be sharing today. Without further ado, here is our presenter, Dr. Gross and Ms. Renteria. Thank you.
Oh, hello. I can't hear. I don't know why. Hi, everyone. I'll go ahead and start, and I apologize, but I am not getting any audio back. I don't know why, but welcome. Thanks for coming this afternoon. And please send me a shout out, I guess, through chat because I can't hear you. So my name is great. Thanks. Thanks, Hema. I'm Dr. Dolores Gras, Executive Director of the El Paso Community College Foundation. And with me today is Perla Renteria, Coordinator, Resource Development, and the El Paso Community College Foundation. And so I wanted to touch base with you all, and Perla and myself wanted to share some tips about scholarship applications. But first of all, let me tell you about the El Paso Community College Foundation and what we do here, and tell you a little bit about scholarships at EPCC and certainly how to apply, because it's definitely scholarship time and we have just a couple weeks left before scholarship applications close here at the college. The El Paso Community College Foundation raises funds for student scholarships, and we disperse those funds out through our partners at EPCC Financial Aid. And so in a little bit, we're going to show you exactly where those links are on the financial aid webpage, so that you too can apply for scholarships here at EPCC and be ready for next academic year. So I want to emphasize that the applications that are open right now are for next school year, for fall 2024 and spring 2025. And so first of all, again, my name is Dolores Gras. We have with us Perla Renteria. I think also watching this afternoon is Jonathan Rodriguez Lopez, our program assistant here at the EPCC Foundation. And we also have working with us in our office, Alma Loya and Sofia Arellano, who help us here at the foundation to raise money for scholarships for El Paso Community College students. So our goal is that no student that comes to EPCC leaves with debt. We hope that no one has to take out loans to come to college. We try really hard to make that happen. And certainly federal financial aid helps out. So if you haven't applied yet for federal financial aid, please do. I believe the application has been shortened, so it's shorter. It was delayed this year for some reasons because they were revamping and redoing that application. But please make sure that you apply for financial support through the federal government, because financial aid can certainly help. But there are other resources that can help you pay for school and also help you to live. So we want to be sure that everyone attending knows, and you'll help us spread the good word, that scholarships can pay, of course, for tuition, books, any fees at EPCC, computers, but they can also help you with things like food, transportation, your housing costs, childcare. In other words, as we have on the slide, life expenses, because once your tuition and fees are paid here at El Paso Community College, all remaining funds belong to you, the student. And so that is the good news about scholarships. And the other myth that we want to overcome is that scholarships only go to straight A students. That is not the case. So if you have all A's in your classes, that's awesome, great, congratulations. You're doing an excellent job with your higher education. But in general, most scholarships require a 3.0 grade point average, which is a B. So we know lots of students here at EPCC have at least a B overall average or a 3.0. And if that happens to be you, then please consider applying for a scholarship to help you come to school more affordably, because we know that not only is school expensive, because yeah, it takes of our time and our money, but life is expensive. So we want to help you overcome some of those life expenses as well. And that's what the EPCC Foundation does. We raise funds from individuals, companies, through grants and contributions that come to us. And we work hard to raise those monies to help EPCC students come to college affordably. I'm going to go over a couple of common questions, and then I'm going to ask Ms. Perla Renteria to talk a little bit more about the current applications that are available. But I wanted to share some of the common questions that students ask us, because we hear this all the time. So, can you get a scholarship if you already receive financial aid? The answer to that is absolutely yes. If you receive financial aid, great, that's awesome, because you should apply for everything that you are eligible for. You can also receive a scholarship with the El Paso Community College Foundation. Again, as I mentioned, a lot of students will say, yeah, but I'm not an all A student, so I probably don't even qualify for a scholarship. The answer to that is, well, you just might, because if you have a B average or a 3.0 GPA average of all your classes, then you do qualify. And some scholarships, such as the STARS Scholarship Fund that we're going to talk about this afternoon, requires only a 2.7 grade point average. So that is a high C. Okay. Does it take a long time to apply? No. The average time it takes to apply is about an hour. It might even take you less. And the scholarships, by the way, and we're going to show you this in a little bit, are $1,000 if you happen to be a full-time student. If you are a part-time student, you are eligible for a $500 scholarship. So I don't know about you, but most of us don't make $500 for an hour of our time, or $1,000 for an hour of our time, but that's about the amount of time it will take you to apply, an hour or less. The application is electronic. It's the fastest, easiest way to apply, and we're here to show you how. And the deadline is coming up soon. It is April 1st. So here we are, heading toward the end of March, but you still have a good number of days to apply for an April 1st scholarship and receive one that will really help you come to school next year. So if you're going to be here at EPCC next fall, please apply. Or if you're going to be here all next year, fall and spring, please apply. And we're going to show you exactly where the application is, what it looks like, and how easy it is to fill out, and help guide you through that process. So getting started, I mentioned the federal application for student aid, the FAFSA. You want to apply for your federal financial aid. If you are an international student, we know that you are not eligible through the FAFSA. That's okay. We have resources for you. So international students, please hang in there. Don't give up, because yes, you are eligible for scholarships. And I want to mention that, and we're going to emphasize this. El Paso Community College scholarships at the foundation are open to all EPCC students. And you're going to prepare a short statement about your goals and what you're studying, why you're studying that, and what you want to do after you graduate. And we're going to show you some resources. So, Ms. Perla, if you will share a bit about the EPCC Foundation scholarships, that would be great.
Yes, Dr. Gross, of course. Thank you and welcome everybody. My name is Perla Renteria and I'm the coordinator here at the EPCC Foundation. And I want to highlight the EPCC Foundation scholarship. The requirements, as Dr. Gross mentioned, is open to all EPCC students. If you're a current student or if you're planning to attend in the fall and spring of next year, we encourage you to apply now. And the GPA for most of our scholarships, it's 3.0 or higher, which Dr. Gross mentioned. It's around an average of a mix of A, B's, and C's, mostly B's. And the application does require a short personal statement, or what you call an essay. Again, it's very short, and the reviewing committee is looking for content more than grammar or misspellings or anything like that. They're really focusing on reading about yourself, your story, and I'll show you the application in a minute. And as mentioned, part-time scholarships, if you're going to be attending part-time, taking 2-3 classes, you can get up to $500. And for full-time attendance, that is $1,000, which is about 4 classes or so. I have a link here and I'm going to click on it because I would like to show you, actually I want to show you how to access the application directly from the main EPCC website. So I'm going to share the EPCC website. And Miss Clara, please let me know if you can see this.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, excellent. So the easiest way to access the scholarships is just to click on the search and type the word scholarship. And then you hit search. And you should be the very first link at the top. So you want to click on that. And then from here, you're going to see all the scholarships available with their deadline. And they're normally sorted by the scholarships on top are the ones that are closing the earliest. And as you can see, there's some other from the Hospitals of Providence. And this is the EPCC Foundation that I want you to focus because most of our students qualify for this one and we encourage you to apply. So if you click on there, you will see the details that we were mentioning. The application opens up every year on January 1st. And we always leave about the same deadlines and the starting date of January 1st and then closes on April 1st. And the same criteria and items that I just mentioned before. So I'm going to scroll to the bottom of the page where you're going to see the link to apply. So we're going to click on there. And this is your application. It's just basic information about yourself, your name. If you have an EPCC student ID, go ahead and enter it. If not, you're going to see that it's not a required item. The required items have an asterisk and the ID doesn't. So if you're going to be a brand new student at the college and you haven't applied yet, you can still submit your application. And then it's going to ask personal information about your birthday, your address. All of these are required. You're going to see the asterisk. And then you're going to scroll down to this section, a couple of yes or no questions. I want to show you the essay portion. These, as you can see, if you want, you can add leadership positions that you've had either in high school. Mostly this is a freshman question. So it's for recent high school graduates. You can add if you were part of the yearbook, or if you used to participate in any sports, you can include that in here as well. But I want to show you that since this is just a basic text box, it's not really going to help you edit and format your information. I highly recommend that you open up a Word document type your information in there and then just paste it onto the application. The application has to be completed in one attempt, meaning that it doesn't have a save button, so you cannot come back to it. As you can see at the bottom, it only has a submit application. I'm going to scroll back up to the leadership section. If you don't want to include anything here, you can just leave it empty and then go back. The next option is volunteer positions. If you have volunteered at your church or at school or any nonprofit organization, you can include it in here. But also, as you see, it's not a required answer, so you can skip it if you need to. And this is what I want to focus on, the essay portion. It's going to ask you a specific question that you need to answer. And again, I recommend that you open up a Word document, paste it in there, and start typing your answer. The maximum length for the essay is going to be 1,200 words, and a word editor should be able to count the words for you and let you know how much you're into your maximum. And I would recommend for a minimum, we really don't have a minimum, but in order for you to tell us a little bit more about yourself, we recommend about 600 words. Probably you want to go a little higher, but no more than 1,200. Again, that would be, I would say, about at least one page. And the questions that you're going to answer is, what are your goals in your field of study and after graduation? Also, do you deserve, can you tell us why do you deserve this scholarship? And please write about any other factors that you want the committee to consider. The way that I like to tell students to think about it is that we don't know you, the committee doesn't know you, and the way that you're communicating about your aspirations, your goals, why you chose the career that you chose is through the essay. I think for the whole application, the essay is what's going to take you a little bit longer to actually just write it up. And you can visit any EPCC writing center. They can help you with the essay if you're having issues. But overall, the whole application on itself, it's fairly short and simple. Again, once you have an essay, most scholarship applications are going to ask you similar questions. And once you have the very first essay typed up, you can modify and edit it to apply to other scholarships as well. Let me know if anybody has any questions or if there are any messages in the chat. I do not see at the moment, but feel free to interrupt me throughout the presentation because I definitely want to assure students that they don't have to stress about the essay. You can make it very conversational, and sometimes I know students don't even know where to start. I would start talking about why you chose the career that you chose. I think that's one of the easiest ways to start typing about your passion, your goals, and take it from there and just expand it. And then after you have your essay and you paste it in here from your Word document, you're just going to click a few yes and no questions and submit, and that's the application. So I'm going to scroll and go back to the scholarships page to show you other options. And also let me go back to the presentation because I have the summary. Share files.
Ms. Renteria, we do have a question.
Yes,
in the
go ahead.
chat. What is the link for this page?
Oh, let me show you again. I'm going to type, I would recommend to go to the main EPCC website, www.epcc.edu, and then go to the search bar over here on the top right corner, and then you're going to type in the word scholarship. And this will give you the very first link at the top. That's going to be the website. Or if you see down here, this is the full link. But I find that just typing the word scholarships in the main page, and then you will have the most current and available scholarships. So after that, we also have a partnership with Star Scholarship, which is another scholarship, but this one does have different criteria. And I'm going to go ahead and click on that one in the website. And as you can see, this one was open on January 8th. The deadline is also April 1st. And the requirements for this one, you do have to have already completed at least 12 undergraduate college hours. So if you're a high school student, but you took dual credit classes or early college high school courses, and you have, which is 12 credits is 4 classes or 1 full semester, you can apply. You also have to have at least a 2.7 GPA and submit a high school diploma. Actually, not submitted, just have completed by spring 2024. Again, so if you're a graduating high school student for this spring, you can apply. And these funds are also for the fall of 2024 and spring of 2025. And this one does have the requirement for citizenship. You have to be a U.S. citizen or a legal permanent resident. If you click on the link for the STARS application, it's going to give you a few more details about the criteria. So I'm going to hit and click there, and it's going to take you to the site. The link for this page is starsscholarship.org. And then it's they have a very friendly website. You're going to see it right at the top of the page in purple button. You're going to start your application, and you're going to create a username and password. So for STARS, you can create the account, you can start your application, and then it saves it, and then you can come back for it and continue it. STARS, it will require that you submit also an essay. And let me see, I think they have a link here for required documents. You're going to need personal statement, the FAFSA submission summary, and it gives you more information about each of the items required, an official college transcript because they need to verify that you have 12 credit college hours completed, and you need to complete your application and certify and sign a release form. Again, the application gets reviewed. It gives you more information if you go to the site. And I highly recommend STAR Scholarship because even after you graduate from EPCC, you can apply to go to UTEP or to go to other universities in Texas. And not just for your undergraduate degree, for your bachelor's, but also for your master's or your doctorate degree. Does anybody have any questions on STARS? I do highly recommend it. I did apply and I had never won a scholarship before, and I ended up getting the STAR scholarship, which was very, very helpful. Okay, I'm gonna move back to the scholarships page. And right here, scholarships. And as you can see, there's a few other ones, but the ones that I can talk about the most is the EPCC Foundation and STARS, because those are the ones that we help bring funding for. But you're always more than welcome to apply to all of the scholarships that you qualify for. For example, the El Paso Restaurant Association, I'm sure that's for culinary arts students. But again, you just have to read the criteria and see if you qualify. So Ms. Clara, if you could please bring up the presentation again, and Dr. Grass is going to continue. So I'm going to skip this slide, and we already talked about this one. We already talked about STARS. I showed you the website. This is basically the same information, a screenshot of the application. And if anybody would like to get a copy of the presentation, we can definitely share that. And this is the personal statement section that Dr. Grass is going to discuss about.
Hi, everyone. I'm back, and I apologize. I am still having audio issues, but thank you, Perla, for sharing that information about the available scholarships. And again, one of the goals of the El Paso Community College Foundation is to make sure that all students who desire a higher education have an opportunity to pursue their goals and their dreams, their college aspirations, and to be able to go on to the careers that are going to enrich their own lives and the lives of their families. One of the things that we know about our community, and I think it's very important to share with everyone, is that While there are a number of higher education institutions in our region, El Paso Community College is the most affordable higher education institution in our region. And so what that does is give students an opportunity to pursue their dreams. But even with that, we know that college is not free for everyone. And so we try to make these financial opportunities available for students who want to come here to EPCC to get a degree or a certificate and be able to go on to a great career. And as many of you know, EPCC has more than 130 majors. And a lot of those major students are able to leave EPCC with the associate's degree and go out and get a great job in many different fields. So EPCC trains, of course, in the health occupations, as you know, so nursing, X-ray, MRI, ultrasound, dental assisting, dental hygiene, respiratory therapy, firefighters, EMTs, EMT to paramedic. There are so many majors here, but also welding, machining, HVAC, high demand careers, solar, automotive, as well as credit transfer degrees for those of you who desire to go on to UTEP or Texas Tech or another university. But the affordability at EPCC allows you as students to be able to come to college at, we hope, as reasonable a cost as possible. One of the things that we see here in El Paso is a lot of private universities that market get in and get out quickly. The part that they don't tell you is the cost of doing that. So lots of students that come to EPCC have attended one of those other schools, left with debt in the way of loans. And that is one of the things that happens, is that students will go to one of those other colleges, and I won't mention them by name, but you all have probably seen billboards and commercials about get in, get out quickly. But what they're not saying is that, one, EPCC is accredited. That means that your degree transfers to any college and university in the state of Texas, also to NMSU and many other colleges in the nation if you want to pursue a bachelor's degree and beyond. But the other thing that those colleges are not saying is that they are going to hand students paperwork to take out loans, because the amount that they charge exceeds the amount paid through federal financial aid. So EPCC and the EPCC Foundation really strive to make quality education affordable for students. So we want to show you our contact at EPCC Financial Aid, because we want you to have a phone number of the person that disperses the aid here at the college for the EPCC Foundation. He's our partner there at Financial Aid, John Aguirre. And this is his phone number, 831-3295, or his email. And so once you receive a scholarship through the EPCC Foundation or the STAR Scholarship Fund, and you have a question, you can call us. We'll be happy to answer your question. And our phone extension here at the college, again, is 831-6483, or you can always email us at foundation@epcc.edu. But if you need to get in touch with somebody at Financial Aid, John Aguirre at Financial Aid will also be happy to assist you, because we know sometimes questions do come up about, well, when am I going to get my money so I can register for class? Or I am already registered, but I need to pay my tuition. When is the money going to post to my account in Banner? Those kinds of things. And again, just a reminder that when there is funding left over, once tuition and fees are paid to EPCC through your financial aid and your scholarship, any amount that is left over is for you. Whether it's tires on the car, whether it is your parking permit, to make sure that you have money for lunch, or to pay another bill that you might have, a cell phone bill or apartment rent, whatever the case may be, your scholarship funding can be used for that. And that's a really common question that we have is, well, what can I use it for? We also want to show you a few other helpful resources so that you can continue to search for all the support that you are entitled to as an EPCC student. So of course, career and transfer students, for those of you that are still trying to figure out what you'd like to do with your career, we know it's confusing. We know there are so many choices in college that sometimes it's a little overwhelming. Career and transfer services can really help you search different occupations so you can see how much those jobs pay, what is the demand for those jobs in our region or in the state of Texas or in New Mexico. Maybe you want to go live in Albuquerque and you have relatives in Albuquerque and you're wondering, I wonder what I could make as an electrical technician in Albuquerque. They can help you find that kind of information. Or maybe you're thinking, after I graduate, I might want to go to Dallas and work there with my major. What could I make in that city? Those kinds of things. But, or even what's the name of that major? And because again, EPCC has 130 plus different degrees that you may want to explore, and career and transfer services can help you figure out what your major is. Another program we want to mention to you for those of you that would like to get, and yes, credits are transferred, Michelle. Thank you for pointing that out. Yes, EPCC, because we are an accredited higher education institution, credits from EPCC do transfer, but I do want to recommend to you that, let's just say you plan on going to UTEP and you want to make sure that all your credits are going to transfer. We also recommend to students, yes, work with your EPCC counselor here. If you've made a good connection with your faculty member in your major, discuss with your faculty member, what do you recommend that I take next semester as well? But if you're going to transfer over to UTEP or NMSU, I highly recommend you go over there too and talk to an academic advisor at UTEP or at NMSU, take your transcript and go through that with them and say, okay, look, I've taken these music classes. I want to be sure that all of these are going to be transferring over. But yes, most all of EPCC courses do transfer because the first 2 years of college are generally in what is called the Texas core. And so those core courses, for example, English, psychology, sociology, government, history. Some of you may be taking geology, your science classes, your computer classes if you're a computer science major. So yes, those courses are transferable, but again, make sure when UTEP comes, and they do come in the spring, you meet with the UTEP academic advisors, take a copy of your transcript and get some advice about what to enroll in next. But again, one of the best parts of EPCC are the faculty here. So if you are zeroed in on your major and you've taken a lot of classes already, please be sure to connect with your faculty member that teaches in the subject of your major. So if you're studying in economics, be sure and talk with your economics faculty member and say, hey, I've taken macroeconomics and microeconomics. What do you recommend I take first when I transfer? If you're studying accounting, same thing. We have some great accounting faculty. Talk to your accounting faculty member and say, I've taken accounting 1 and 2. What should I take next in the business courses when I transfer over to UTEP? So Career and Transfer Services, EPCC Service Learning Program, a great opportunity to get some experience working in another organization in El Paso. So if you're interested in performing some volunteer service, EPCC Service Learning Program has great opportunities for students to do some volunteer work, get some great work experience to put on your resume, and who knows, you may make a great job connection and be able to use some of those folks that you volunteered with as resources on your resume. So please contact Miss Patricia Islas. That's Patricia Islas at the Service Learning Program. She happens to be at the Rio Grande campus. But it's ISLAS, Patricia Islas, and she'll be happy to connect you with some opportunities where you can get some experience that will be good job experience. The other is, again, if you need some help, if you are writing an essay, if it's your scholarship personal statement, maybe it's an essay for your English class, or some sort of research report, please be sure and visit the EPCC Writing Center. The tutors there are really happy to help with any assignment that you might be working on. So maybe they'll help you, for example, edit what you've already prepared. They can also help you look at things. I know that EPCC has Grammarly as a resource, but even using an electronics resource like Grammarly is not always going to make your essay or your personal statement sound the best. There's nothing like a good human with experience to help out and give you some tips on editing your written work. So please visit the EPCC Writing Center. And of course, the Office of Student Success has excellent tutors at every campus. And so please visit any of the EPCC tutoring centers to help you in your classes. Because again, experienced qualified tutors can help you, whether you're having an issue in math, maybe you're working on a difficult chemistry formula, maybe you've got an accounting problem. There's all kinds of different support there ready and available for you. And then I noticed one of our very skilled and awesome librarians, I think I saw Norma Ballinger log on. Hi, Norma. But our EPCC librarians are a wealth of knowledge and experience and resources. And so please, if you've not spent time in the library, you're really missing out. One of the best resources at El Paso Community College are our libraries, and especially our really talented librarians at every campus. They really know how to help you find the information that you're looking for to prepare for class and to really be successful. So don't hesitate to go into the library at your campus. And they're comfortable, they're beautiful, and our librarians are awesome at helping students find the information that they're looking for. So again, thank you so much for spending time with us this afternoon. Is there questions? Let's see. I see a question. So I see someone said that they are a pharmacy tech, already has an associate's degree. Would you be able to apply for scholarships? Are you thinking about pursuing another associate's degree or another certificate? Okay, so yes, if you are pursuing another certificate or another associate's, you are certainly eligible to apply for a scholarship to any student at EPCC. Any other questions? You're welcome, Priscilla. How about anybody else? Any questions for myself, Miss Perla? Well, we hope that all of you consider applying. Again, it won't take you a lot of time, and you may receive an additional $1,000 on top of your financial aid. Or if you don't get financial aid, then $1,000 if you're a full-time student, $500 if you're a part-time student. Deadline coming up April 1st. Ms. Perla, anything else you'd like to share?
Thank you, Dr. Cross. No, just encourage students again to apply and to mention that we do have about anywhere from $150,000 to $250,000 that we award in scholarships every year. So it's not that you're just applying to one scholarship that's going to go to just one person. When you apply to the EPCC Foundation Scholarship, it's a pool of different funds, and we match you from either your preferred career that you're pursuing or some of the criteria from the donors to the appropriate funding, and that's how we match students, but you only have to submit one application. So definitely the funds are available. Apply, and you still have time to submit your application, and please reach to us at the foundation office or the EPCC Foundation Scholarships Department if you have questions. As Dr. Grass mentioned, our phone number 915-831-6483. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Grouse. Thank you, Ms. Renteria, for the wonderful presentation.
Thank you all so much, and thanks for coming this afternoon. We appreciate your time, and have a great rest of the semester, everyone.
Absolutely. Thank you. Ms. Renteria, you did mention sending the presentation to anybody who wants a copy, and we can actually do that on Blackboard if you want me to just go over it real quick.
Wonderful, yes.
Perfect. So somewhere, let me get a little pointer. If you can see the little blue pointer, it should be somewhere up here in the top right corner. In the top right corner, you should see a little box with an arrow pointing down. If you click on that little button, it should download anything that's on the screen. So if it's a presentation, if it's a flyer, whatever it may be, it'll download anything that's on the screen. Okay, so for anybody who would like a copy of this, you can go ahead and do that, and then you'll have your copy. So yeah, again, we would like to thank everybody for being a wonderful audience and for coming in today. So please remember that these sessions are recorded. So if you'd like to review or to share anything from this presentation with any of your friends, any of your classmates, those recorded sessions can definitely help. We did send the link a little bit earlier right now on the Everyone chat, so that's where you can go ahead and find it. But if you need it, we'll go ahead and send it again. We also shared the Tejano Passport link so that anyone may receive their points for coming in today. If anybody had any trouble with loading their points or missed the link, let us know and we'll send it also. So let me go ahead and share the file where it shows the next TVEs that we'll have coming up.